Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about silence, focus, and how protecting your attention can quietly change your life. On this channel, we learn English through deep but simple ideas. We don't rush, we don't overload. We listen, we think, and grow step by step in language and in life. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. Part 1. The noise that steals your life today. I want to speak slowly, not to impress you, not to teach you something new, but to help you notice something you already feel, but rarely stop to understand. This is not a speech you listen to in the background. This is a conversation you have with yourself. So take a breath. You don't need to rush. Nothing is chasing you right now. We live in a world that never becomes quiet. Even when it looks calm, it is loud inside your head. From the moment you wake up, information enters your mind. Your phone lights up, messages appear, news tells you what to fear. Videos tell you how to live. Other people's lives appear better, faster, brighter. And slowly, without asking you, your attention is taken. This is important to understand. Most people do not give their attention away. It is taken from them, not in one big moment, but in thousands of small ones. You check one message, then one video, then one thought leads to another, and suddenly 20 minutes are gone. This does not feel dangerous. It feels normal. That is why it is powerful. Attention is your most valuable resource. More valuable than money, more valuable than time. Money can be earned again. Time can be planned. But attention decides how your life feels while time is passing. Two people can live the same day, same job, same house, same problems. One feels calm, the other feels lost. The difference is not luck, it is focus. When your attention is always divided, your life becomes shallow, not meaningless, just unfocused. You do many things, but you don't feel present in any of them. You are always somewhere else in your mind. You eat, but you scroll. You work, but you think about something else. You rest, but you feel guilty. You are never fully where you are. This creates a strange feeling inside you, a feeling many people know but cannot explain. You feel busy but not fulfilled, tired but not satisfied, active but not moving forward, and then you start thinking something is wrong with you. But the truth is simpler. Your attention is under constant attack. Imagine a child trying to build something with blocks while someone keeps taking blocks away. The child is not bad at building. The environment is bad for focus. Adults live in the same condition. We just don't notice it. Noise teaches you to react instead of choose. When something happens, you react. When someone posts something, you react. When news appears, you react. You stop asking, is this important for my life? Does this deserve my attention? And slowly, without realizing it, you stop listening to yourself. Your own thoughts become quiet, while the world becomes loud. This is where silence becomes not a luxury, but a necessity. Not silence as escape, not silence as running away, but silence as a space where your mind can finally stand still. At first, this idea feels uncomfortable, because when the noise stops, there is nothing to hide behind. No scrolling, no constant input, no distraction. Just you, your thoughts, your feelings, your questions. This is the moment many people avoid, because silence shows you the truth of your inner world. If you feel lost, silence will show you that you are lost. If you feel tired, silence will show you that you are tired. If you feel unhappy, silence will show you that something needs attention. Noise covers these feelings. Silence reveals them. That is why silence feels scary. But fear does not mean danger. Fear often means honesty. When you stay in silence long enough, something important begins to happen. Your thoughts slow down. At first, they feel messy, random, unfinished, but slowly they start to connect. Your mind begins to organize itself, like a room that was never given time to be cleaned. This is not magic. This is how the human mind works when it is not overloaded. In silence, you start to notice what truly matters to you, not what matters to others, not what looks good online, but what actually moves your life forward. You start to feel the difference between real importance and loud importance. Real importance is quiet. It does not scream for attention. It waits. This is where focus is born. Not forced focus, not aggressive discipline, but natural focus. Like water becoming clear when you stop shaking the glass. When your attention becomes calm, your decisions become simpler. You don't need to do everything. You don't need to answer everything. You don't need to chase everything. You start choosing, and choosing is the beginning of power. This is not about becoming perfect. This is about becoming present. A focused life is not a life without problems. It is a life where problems do not control your direction. When your attention is clear, you stop living on autopilot. You begin to notice your days again. You notice how you wake up, how you speak, how you think before sleep. Small moments become visible, and small moments build big lives. This is the foundation before success, before confidence, before change, silence, attention, focus. Without this foundation, everything else feels unstable. With it, even slow progress feels meaningful. This is why silence is not emptiness. It is the beginning of direction. Part 2. How silence reshapes your inner world. When silence enters your life, the first thing it touches is not your work, not your goals, not your plans. It touches your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your relationship with yourself. Most people do not really know what is happening inside them. They only know how they react. They feel angry, but don't know why. They feel tired, but don't know from what. They feel lost, but don't know when it started. Noise keeps everything on the surface. Silence takes you deeper. When you begin to spend time without constant input, you start to hear your inner voice again. Not the loud voice of fear. Not the critical voice that judges you, but the quiet voice that asks simple questions. Is this really important to me? Why am I doing this? Does this path feel right? At first, this voice feels weak because it was ignored for a long time. Distraction trained you to listen outside, not inside. So in the beginning, silence can feel confusing. Thoughts come and go. Memories appear, old feelings return. You may remember things you pushed away, dreams you delayed, choices you never finished thinking about. This is normal. Your mind is not breaking, it is healing. Think about a room that was never cleaned. When you finally turn on the light, you see the mess. The mess was always there, you just didn't see it. Silence turns on the light, and this light helps you understand something important. Your feelings are not random. They are messages. Anxiety often means your attention is spread too thin. Sadness often means something meaningful is missing. Anger often means a boundary was crossed. Noise teaches you to escape these feelings. Silence teaches you to listen to them. This changes your relationship with yourself. Instead of fighting your emotions, you start understanding them. Instead of judging yourself, you become curious. You stop saying, "What is wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is this feeling trying to tell me?" This shift is powerful because When you understand your inner world, you stop being controlled by it. Many people live like passengers inside their own minds. Thoughts decide their mood. Emotions decide their actions. Silence helps you take the driver's seat, not by controlling everything, but by becoming aware. Awareness creates space, and space creates choice. When your inner world becomes calmer, your self-talk changes. You stop being your own enemy. You stop pushing yourself with fear. You stop motivating yourself with shame. You begin to speak to yourself like someone you care about, firm, honest, but kind. This does not make you weak. It makes you stable. A calm inner world does not mean you feel good all the time. It means you don't panic when you feel bad. You understand that emotions pass. Thoughts change. Moments move. You stop identifying with every feeling. I feel anxious becomes I notice anxiety. I feel lost becomes I am in a moment of uncertainty. This distance gives you strength. Silence also changes how you see your fears. When life is loud, fear feels big and urgent. It pushes you to act quickly. In silence, fear slows down. You see it clearly. You realize that many fears are not about danger, but about discomfort. Fear of being judged, fear of being slow, fear of being different. Silence helps you separate real threats from imagined ones. You begin to understand that not every fear deserves action. Some fears deserve patience. This clarity builds confidence, not loud confidence, not confidence that needs approval, but quiet confidence, the kind that comes from knowing yourself. You stop needing constant validation. You stop checking if others agree with your choices, because your inner world becomes a place you trust. Silence also reshapes how you think about success. You stop chasing goals that don't belong to you. You stop measuring your life with someone else's ruler. You begin to feel the difference between what looks successful and what feels meaningful. This is a deep change because many people feel empty not because they fail, but because they succeed at the wrong things. Silence helps you realign. It reminds you that life is not a race. It is a direction. And direction comes from inside. When your inner world is clear, your outer world becomes less overwhelming. Problems still exist. Challenges still come. But they don't define you. You don't collapse under pressure. You adapt. You don't escape discomfort. You learn from it. This is emotional strength, not hardness, not coldness, but stability. Silence teaches you that you don't need to be constantly stimulated to feel alive. You don't need constant excitement. You don't need constant approval. You need presence. And presence changes everything. When you are present with yourself, you become present with others. You listen better. You speak more honestly. You react less. Relationships improve not because you try harder, but because you are clearer. This is how silence reshapes your inner world. Not in one day, not dramatically, but slowly, deeply, truthfully. And when your inner world changes, your outer life cannot stay the same. That is what comes next. Part 3. How focus quietly changes your outer life and how you can rebuild your life step by step. When your inner world becomes clearer, your outer life begins to change on its own. Not suddenly, not loudly, not in one big moment, but in small, quiet ways that slowly change your direction. Focus does not give you a new life overnight. It gives you a new relationship with your life. You start to notice how you spend your days, what you say yes to, what you say no to, and this is where real change begins. Most people think life changes with big decisions. In reality, life changes with small daily choices. Focus helps you see those choices. You stop living on automatic mode. You notice when you do things just because everyone else does. You feel pressure. You are afraid to slow down. And you start asking a simple question. Is this helping me move in the direction I want? This question alone can change your life. Because focus teaches you to act with intention. You begin to do fewer things, but the things you do start to matter more. Your energy is no longer spread everywhere. It is directed. This changes how you work. You stop multitasking. You stop jumping between tasks. You give your full attention to one thing at a time, and suddenly work feels lighter. Not because it is easy, but because you are present. Progress becomes visible. Confidence grows naturally. You trust yourself more because you see yourself finishing what you start. Focus also changes how you deal with time. You stop feeling like you are always late. You stop rushing through your days. You understand that speed is not the same as movement. A clear direction with slow steps is more powerful than fast chaos. You allow yourself to move at your own pace, and this removes a lot of pressure. Now let's talk about practical steps. Simple ones, human ones, not extreme, not perfect, just real. Step 1. Create daily moments of silence. You don't need to escape the world. You don't need to become someone else. You only need small islands of silence. Start with 10 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no content. Just sit, walk, or breathe. At first, your mind will be noisy. This is normal. Do not fight it. Just notice. Silence is not something you do. It is something you allow. Over time, these moments become a safe space, a place where you return to yourself. Step 2. Protect the first and last hour of your day. How you start and end your day shapes your mind. In the morning, avoid immediate input. Don't give your attention away before you choose it. In the evening, slow down. Let your mind rest. This does not mean becoming strict. It means becoming intentional. Your mind needs time to wake up and time to close the day. Step 3. Reduce input before adding discipline. Many people try to fix their life by forcing discipline. They fail because the noise stays. Before you add new habits, remove distractions. Less scrolling, less random content, less unnecessary conversations. This creates space. Discipline grows naturally in that space. Step 4. Choose one direction, not 10. You don't need to improve everything at once. Choose one area of your life: work, health, learning, relationships. Ask yourself, what is one small action I can do consistently? Focus loves simplicity. Consistency beats intensity. Step 5. Learn to pause before reacting. This is one of the most powerful skills. When something triggers you, pause. Take one breath. Ask, do I need to react or can I respond? This pause creates freedom. Freedom from old patterns. Freedom from emotional reactions. Step 6. Build a quieter environment. Your environment shapes your focus. Clean one space. Remove visual noise. Create order where you can. External calm supports internal calm. Step 7. Accept slow progress. This step is emotional. You must accept that real change is slow. Fast change looks good online. Slow change builds real lives. Focus teaches patience, and patience creates strength. As you follow these steps, something important happens. You stop chasing motivation. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You build trust with yourself. You become someone who listens, chooses, and follows through. This is how focus reshapes your outer life, not by changing the world around you, but by changing how you show up in it. And the final truth is this: the person who controls their attention controls their direction. and direction over time becomes destiny. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be faster. You need to be clearer. Protect your attention. Create silence. Move with intention, quietly, deeply, honestly. That is how a life is rebuilt. Before we finish, let's pause for one last moment. This talk was not about doing more. It was about doing less, but with meaning. It was about silence, about focus, and about choosing your direction instead of reacting to the world. If you remember one thing from this video, let it be this. Your attention shapes your life. Where it goes, your future follows. You don't need to change everything today. You don't need to rush. Just protect your attention. Create small moments of silence and move forward with intention. If this video helped you think a little deeper, feel a little calmer, or see your life a little clearer, please support it with a like and subscribe to the channel. Here we learn English, strengthen our mindset, and become a little better than we were yesterday. Thank you for being here. Take care of your focus, and see you in the next video.